Hello, adventurer, and welcome to our Heroes of Theros actual playthrough. As always, it is a story-driven D&D campaign. If you're a first-time viewer, we recommend starting your quest on episode 1. Otherwise, stick around and be transported to the mythic world of Theros. In our last episode, our heroes were finally able to reconnect with their lost friend and companion, Adelphos. They briefly filled each other in before they all headed to Adelphos' villa. Once there, they met Adelphos' mother, Cynthia, and were surprised to also see their friend Faustin. They further discussed the issue of Theseus slaying the gods and what Adelphos would think of it, and what plans they had set in motion to stop him. Alondros then delivered the letter from Proteus and read it aloud at Adelphos' request. They all then settled down for a long rest and much needed food before continuing on the journey the next day. And that is where we left off.
So it's morning time?
Yeah, if you want to do that, or if we have more things to say, we can roleplay the dinner.
Question.
Yeah.
Is it daytime here all the time?
It is not.
Oh.
It cycles through the 24-hour cycle.
Interesting.
A full day. Because you showed up like at daytime, and like when.
Oh, I remember you said that the sun started
and then the
setting.
sun started to set.
Oh, yeah.
So-
Okay.
It's your call. Do you guys want to start at the dinner, or do you want to start the next morning? Because I know that I kind of ended it sort of in the middle.
I'm fine. Just kind of brushing past it. I would say we ate.
am too.
Alondros would have taken a bath, gotten clean, things like that. So
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
I don't know what. Yeah.
I'm good with that.
Yep.
Callan would have taken a bath before Alondros just to be cleaner.
Dirty the water a little bit.
I go stomp in some mud first and then
In like the middle of
it.
eating, you're like, I gotta go. Run outside, get all dirty, jump in the pool. You come back.
take a bowl of gravy and just pour it into the bath.
Hey, you all awake? The villa is large enough for everyone to have their own separate rooms.
Good morning, everyone.
Morning.
It was nice to
Morning.
sleep in a bed, wasn't it?
Yes, that was the best sleep I've had in a long time, actually.
Long time.
Speaking
So
of time, how long has a long time been?
That's
that's a question.
a very good question. I imagine it's been at least a few weeks. There's no way that maybe even months for Theseus to get to the whole army from Akros to Perforus to Nylea. Those are no small journeys.
Is Proteus with us?
Faustus.
Or Faustus, sorry.
Yeah.
Um,
I don't know. Adelphos, does Faustus, when he visits your villa, does he stay the night or does he go do his own?
I imagine he just visits.
It's like he would have left after dinner.
Yes, I
Okay.
imagine.
I think I had asked Faustus if he knew how much time had passed.
How long?
Mhm.
And he didn't
was
know.
unaware.
Yeah.
Oh,
You
yeah.
kind
It's
of
all
hold on
different
to
down here.
Yeah,
That's
your
how the memory
memories,
thing
but
went.
Well, Adelphos, do you know how many days and nights you've spent here?
Do you want me to roll a history check?
Absolutely, I do. I believe you had a decent history.
would you roll? That would
Give
be
me-
cool.
Well, I rolled a 4, so
Yeah, regardless, I think you had like a +4. Although, because you're a battle master, you can roll one of your,
Superiority dice?
yeah, or no, I'm thinking of the new one. Sorry.
Yeah.
In new D&D, battle masters can use the Indomitable to instead add it to a roll.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's really cool. Sorry,
Oh,
not Indomitable,
Diversifies them a
the
lot.
yeah.
not Indomitable, Second Wind. So you can essentially, battle masters can expend a second wind, roll a d10, and then add it to whatever roll that they get.
And then if
Wow.
they
Cool.
take the maneuver that allows
Yes,
them to
to do that as well.
do
yeah,
that as well, like they can really
it makes them more
push
versatile, which is
something.
nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
But you don't have those, so yeah. Write down somewhere, Matt, because I'm not finding your character sheet right now, that your history checks are a +1.
+1.
Yep.
So
Because
5.
I don't think you were proficient in it, and you had just a moderate intelligence. It's unclear how long you've been down here. Like I said, memories of your life before this are faint, aside from the one of Lydia, and it almost feels like you've kind of been down here your whole life. Like, it almost kind of feels like this has been everything. And actually, Alan, as you're trying to remember how long you've been down here, roll me a history check.
Ooh.
Do you want to roll this one?
No, it's yours. I should have rolled yours. A 7.
Yeah. So you actually, as you try to remember your journey, you remember, like, you kind of remember the path of Phaenax. That actually kind of seems distant, almost like it was a dream. But like you remember, like, coming to the shores of Tardix. Actually, that almost feels like a dream as well. Like, it seems fuzzy, the whole situation on the Tardix River. And then, but it almost seems like your wakeful memory began when you hit Agonas.
Weird. Does anybody else feel like this whole journey in the underworld has been kind of a hazy dream? Or is it just me?
Well, I can't particularly say that I know how long we've been journeying for. I can look back in my book and read, but when I try to recall things, they're not super clear.
I would say borderline nightmarish at times. Definitely dreamlike.
Speaking of nightmare, how's your legs doing?
A nightmare. You just ache all the time. You get phantom twitches and stuff. Kind of crazy.
I don't know if I have.
I
anything
have
like
dreams that they're just not there sometimes.
Would it feel better?
Oh, it's
If
like
it- if
it's like
his
having a
legs were
phantom
there.
limb.
If his legs
But what
move
exactly
I don't-
happened to your legs?
I took a little splash in the Arctic River for fun, you know. Had to get that morning swim in.
Not recommended around here.
Apparently not. Nobody warned me. Nobody warned me.
He slipped.
I kind of joke and say you should have read the pamphlet.
We didn't even know where the entrance was at first, much less the pamphlet.
Yeah, we could have probably got here a lot faster if we had thought this through.
Yes, but it has been quite the journey to explore the entirety of the Underworld. No mortal has ever been able to do that.
I'll go
Speaking
out
of, oh,
next to Vasilis,
Yeah, I was gonna
and I'll just tap him on the shoulder and go, well, worst case scenario, if you completely, rot away and this Tardix, whatever it is, consumes your whole body, I could just cast Animate Dead on you, and then you could just hang out with us for a minute at a time.
For a minute. Problem solved. I love that solution.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll figure it out.
What can I can't recall what does the vial of what's her name?
Ilia.
No, the poison one.
Yes.
Oh,
Farrakha.
Erica, yeah.
What
Give me
does
one
that
Also,
do?
what of those grapes do we still have?
We only have
Yo.
the grapes. We have the grapes that do full healing.
Okay.
Yeah,
We're
I
safe.
because I was just
We
looking.
still
'cause-
have those.
Yes, we do. You thought we weren't going to
And-
save those for the big bad guy?
Have they turned into wine by now?
The longer we hold on to them, the
They're
more
raisins
the more
now.
healing
they
they give us.
It's
Yeah.
an investment at this point. Hold, boys, hold.
Yeah, that's fair because it will net you more
Grapes to the
HP.
moon.
Did you do an identify on it?
Yes,
Andros?
I
Okay.
did.
Yeah.
I just it was a lot, and so I did not write it down in my notes. And I thought to myself, I will go back and watch it and write it down, and I never did. So
Okay. Upon consumption, the essence of Farrakha grants the wielder extraordinary power at a great risk. The effect lasts for 1 hour and can be used once per long rest. Choose one of the following effects when consumed. Venomous Resurgence. The wielder deals an additional 2d6 poison damage, but if they fail a Constitution saving throw, then they take 4d10 poison damage and are poisoned for 1 hour. Or the Elixir of Vitality. The wielder gains immunity to disease and poison. They regain all hit points, or they regain hit points equal to 4d8 plus their Constitution modifier. They have to make at the end. At the start, yeah. At the end of the elixir, essentially, the wielder must make a DC 18 Constitution saving throw. On a failure, they take 4d10 necrotic damage and are incapacitated for an hour.
Dang.
Yep.
and then the pomegranates.
Yes. Pomegranates. 1 second.
This is about to turn into the scene from The Grinch when they're all just shoving food into his mouth.
Is that all you got?
We're all just circled around Basilisk. Here, try this. Try this.
I made this much myself.
Everybody get the funnel.
This is
homemade.
not pudding.
This is not pudding. It is. What is it?
Just give me 1 second. I gotta
Okay.
find it.
Yeah. Too bad we gave the Nylea
Okay,
thing to your
enough,
brother. I
okay?
mean, ugh.
Shh.
Just
Oh,
kidding.
that could have been used for so many different stuff. It's
No, but it was
crazy.
so like it
definitely
was
made
so
sense.
good story wise,
It
giving it to
good.
him.
Hey, we were all in agreement at that time, okay?
Yeah. No, I
Oh,
think it
fair.
was good.
That's fair. I agree.
I told you what that was originally for, right?
Mhm.
I had intended for y'all to use that to cure one of your guy, like if you guys had turned to gold.
Mhm.
Oh, I remember that.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
If you would've rolled mine.
While I continue to look through my bag, Adelphos,
Yes.
do you remember when you were in the mortal realm and you were cursed to appear as his legs?
You took
As I
that-
point to Vasilis's skeletal legs.
You took a crown or something.
Yes, he did.
Do you want me to roll a history check for that?
Just go with whatever you think.
Yeah.
Because I remember what you're talking about. So I'll just say, vague memory. Yes. It was my arm and shoulder became skeletonized. But I don't remember much more about that.
Well, that was mostly the gist of it. I just find it interesting that two of
It
our
would happen
companions
again.
have befallen something of this sort.
Similar ailment.
Yes.
All right, I found it.
You wouldn't also happen to still have my hat of disguise, do you? I wouldn't. No, probably not.
You see, he takes it off, and it's really Faustus. No, just kidding.
It's Theseus.
It's
Do
these
you want me to
It's
roll?
actually
Do you want me to
Theseus.
roll for that, Jefferson?
No, you absolutely do
definitely
not
don't.
have.
Yeah,
it.
you-
Okay,
You sit at
that's
the
what I
bottom of that
figured.
cavern.
Yeah.
No, I do not, and I don't even recall wearing it.
It's fine. It's all right.
Okay, you ready, Tyson?
Yes.
You ready for
So
this?
these are the pomegranate seeds of Karametra. They are a wondrous item, legendary.
Hmm.
They do require attunement. The seeds of Karametra are vibrant ruby red pomegranate seeds blessed by the goddess of fertility, harvest, and protection. Each seed holds immense life-giving power, but must be used sparingly, as the vitality they grant can also be powerful enough to drain the life of those unprepared to wield such divine energy. We established that I think you had 7 pomegranate seeds that were in the hands of the statue. Gift of life. As an action, a creature can consume a seed to gain one of these 3 following benefits. They can regain hit points equal to D10 plus 6. Oh, sorry. 10d6 plus 20. Mm-hmm.
Max of 80.
Yep. If you roll really well. And the healing is powerful enough that it spreads to allies within 10 feet of the consumer. And those allies regain 10 HP plus the user's level.
Dang.
Okay.
And then the second option is Purifying Harvest. You can end all conditions currently affecting you, including paralysis, petrification, blindness, disease, poison, and any curses other than those caused by an artifact.
Hmm.
The third option is Restorative Rebirth. If the creature is reduced to 0 hit points within the next 24 hours, they automatically stabilize and regain 50 hit points. So you could force feed it to somebody who's down, basically. seed can also be planted into fertile soil. Over the course of 1 minute, it sprouts into a tree laden with ripe fruit. Up to 6 creatures can consume the fruit to gain the benefits of Hero's Feast. Once this property is used, the planted tree withers and the seed is consumed. However, there are adverse effects, as this is a divine, powerful artifact. This is an artifact, basically. Vitality's toll. After consuming a seed, the user must make a DC Constitution saving throw. On a failure, they take 4d12 damage. And this damage cannot be reduced or avoided, as the overwhelming force of life saps strength rather than gives it. Essentially, your body's not strong enough to like withstand the fact that you are being healed so quickly. And if more than 1 seed is consumed by the same creature within 24 hours, the creature gains no benefits and instead takes 6d12 necrotic damage. So this prevents y'all from just seed.
You
You
said
Yeah.
6d12.
Yep, necrotic
And
damage.
And we have 6 of them.
We have 7.
You have 7.
We have 7.
Okay,
So what you're
we
saying
can
is you're-
just
So
feed
we
somebody
crush
else.
them
What? Hear me out.
into a wide.
Hear me out. We force feed Theseus 1, and then we give him the other 6 in one
And
go.
And heal him.
Yes, and then he's like, "This is great. I'm gonna take
Yeah,
them all."
Here, peace offering. Take it. You know?
Interesting.
Want a piece of candy? You want a piece of candy?
Didn't that taste good? Don't you want some more?
Do you want another one?
Have some more.
Apple?
Or we could reverse psychology. There's one for you, but the rest is for everybody else.
Yep.
No, I want
all of
them
them.
all.
Okay. Are you gonna try seed?
I don't know. Do we? Do we think it's? Do we think whatever is affecting you is a curse or a disease?
I feel that maybe curse is more likely.
Because I did.
You-
What did I cast on you to get rid of your modified memory?
Remove curse. Wanna say.
Oh, that one. Yes, the one that gets rid of curses. I remember. Thank you.
Right.
Sorry,
right.
my brain is usually like very sharp, but
Very
it's a
keen.
weird sensation. It's very philosophical.
There's
That's a
one
great
more
word.
effect. There's one more special property. It's called the Divine Harvest.
Regolim.
The seeds hold the essence of Karametra's divine domain. A creature that plants the last seed, so the last of your 7, while offering prayers to Karametra, can summon her favor. If the goddess deems them worthy, she may intervene directly, providing miraculous aid such as the resurrection of the purification of blighted lands, or protection from natural disasters.
Well, that's a great one to hold out
Yo.
to until now.
We can straight up summon Karametra.
All
if
we
she
have to
brings
do is
that in.
plant all 7 of them at the same time,
Yeah.
And then pray over the last
and
one.
then pray over the last one.
Imagine we're in the middle of combat. We're just like, quick, someone dig a hole.
I gotta go plant some seeds.
seeds. Where's the seeds? I have to travel. Someone get the shovel.
Hear me out.
Oh, great. Here comes another one.
It can do resurrection. What if we kill Vasilis and then we resurrect him?
So his
But we
legs are
have to
better?
use up
And then-
all 7 seeds.
Yeah,
That's
you're
the
right.
last
We
one.
really haven't known you that long.
I'm just wondering if it says that it can heal from many ailments except for those of strong nature.
Yes.
Do we believe that these seeds are stronger than the sticks? I think is the real question.
Ardix.
Tardix.
No, I wanted to call it the river Styx earlier too.
I think it would be stronger than a stick for sure. I don't
Someone
know.
just picked the stick.
That's a gamble, isn't it?
I guess it depends on Vasilis if you're willing to roll the dice.
I like that saying. A lot of good catchphrases going around today. These are all canonical too. We just made that up. I don't think anybody's ever said that before.
Oh,
Yeah, copyrighted.
copyright.
In all the casinos,
Right.
they're like, "How would you like to roll the cubes?" What if we
Like to
numbered
flip the coin.
cubes?
How would you like to roll these math shapes?
How about this dodecahedron?
Hey, I mean, it's up to you.
I'd be willing to take one, as long as you were willing to spare one for me. I as far as how useful it will be,
There's only one way to find out.
I think it's worth a shot. I think if we
Well, if
What
we are-
choice do we have?
Yes, if we are attempting to cure you of this disease or this curse,
I would very much so like to get rid of it, to be honest.
yes, it could help.
I mean, there's definitely a choice to be had. Like at Adelphos, we kind of just were letting you rot away until the problem and stink became too much that we were inevitably going to have to do something about it.
If only the what's the hat called?
Out of disguise.
Yeah,
Only the hat of disguise covered the stench, but no, I believe that with the it is worth a shot for Vasilis.
I think we should try.
Let's do it.
If you think you're strong enough.
Are
Okay.
you chicken?
Legs.
Nobody calls me
Boom! I
chicken.
gotta give Adelphos a high five.
Boom, I give her one back.
I
Chicken,
have chicken legs. I never skip leg day.
So do you take seeds or just one in a tune?
I'll take one.
Okay. How do you, Vasilis, attune to this powerful seed, this gift of life from Karametra?
I eaten it?
I mean, we did just see Karametra's daughter. You could
Yeah.
give
Is there
some
still like
sort
a little
of-
pile of flowers or something left over from whenever she kind of disappeared?
You could probably
Um,
go to the
and she-
area.
Someone here. Yeah, you could walk out to where where Nylea passed on. There would still be flower petals out there.
Someone
Yeah,
does
let's do
have
that.
one petal also.
Very
Mhm.
true. I feel like it'd be a little bit
Hmm.
more cinematic to go out to where there's like lots of the flower petals. That's what I'm gonna do. Let's go out to where Nylea passed.
Great.
I want to go
Um,
out.
Is
among all the
everyone
flowers.
going? Are everyone going with you?
Yeah.
I'll go with.
Well, we want to see if this
Um,
works. Come on.
Vasilis, I do have an idea if you'd also hear me out.
I'm all ears.
I wonder if we could possibly give an
Oh, I'm-
offering.
I'm one ear. Sorry.
If we could possibly maybe give an offering of an additional seed to be planted in memory of her daughter. If that could sway the magics.
In her favor.
Yes.
We could go plant it at the place where.
I know.
that
How far away?
tree-
How far
Absolutely.
away would that walk be? That's exactly what I was
Like
thinking.
up into the mountains?
The dying tree.
Where the
yeah.
tree was.
Yeah,
that
where
was
the
dying.
tree was.
It took the better part of a day, but like you could.
I mean, we got time.
I mean, because that would be so cool. Bring some petals
I think.
and like bury a seed with the petals to like.
I think we do it.
I think we kind of have to.
think it could be equally as cool to just do it where Nylea passed, but I like the idea.
I like
like
the
going
tree
back to the
idea.
tree. Me too. I like it more.
I mean, you can consume the seed where she died, and then we can still hike back.
I feel like we should
probably
plant the
it.
seed first. Yes,
Yeah.
that way, you know.
So it's like, look, we're doing this for you now. Help us out, rather
Yeah.
than oh,
Gotcha.
would I promise I'll
gods like a little bit
Do
of
this.
sacrifice.
yeah.
You know.
Let's do it.
Hey,
So we're off
we
then.
got time.
I'm sure we
Yeah.
have so
I wish
much
we would have
time.
thought about this
I'm
earlier.
sure
This is
that
so
we
cool.
have so much time.
I'm sure we won't regret this at all.
No.
How far is it?
About a day's journey.
Don't have much else going on. Let's do it.
Alondros, you really need to teach me how you come up with these plans. Your plans always seem so much more sane than what I come up with.
Yeah, I was just gonna eat this one seed and then hope for the best. This plan is.
I was
Oh,
about
I
to
bet.
kill you.
That's true.
That's fair. We can see where the hierarchy of ideas fall.
I mean, I'm really glad that nobody seconded my
this is the level.
motion.
What if we kill you and then resurrect you? No, what if I just eat the seeds? Well, what if we plant a seed to grow a tree and then eat the seed?
So, are we ruling out murder at this point?
Is murder
or-
still in the car?
Is that still at the table?
Murder.
What murder?
Hey,
that's
best
so
case
funny.
scenario, you'll just be here and we won't have to go find you.
That's true, and
What
honestly,
if he's
like,
not here
if-
and he's some other plane?
Yeah.
yeah, well, if we're but worst case scenario, like we just plant the other 4 seeds and then plant the last one anyways. We're already planting 2, you know, and then we'll get him to resurrect him.
And if it works, I mean, I'm willing to take that risk
But
with
it's not
Vasilis's life.
guaranteed that she will help.
With yes, this is
Look, you guys have held on to the grapes this long. Like, y'all aren't going to use if you don't use them now.
that's what I was thinking.
Do
too.
you know how much harder the end fight just got after
If we
we
can
just
keep
went
popping
over
back
all of
up.
these healing items that we have been hoarding? We are a healing hedge fund right now.
Yeah.
We are hedging our bets.
Guys, we were supposed to wait for Jefferson to go to the bathroom to talk about this, okay?
Yeah, I feel like the boss fight just got way
scheme of
harder.
healing.
For sure.
Oh.
It's a pyramid scheme of healing, like what Matt just said.
You can tell when there's gears turning in Jefferson's head because he's just that crooked little smile.
He's like, wait.
What are you talking about?
What?
Nothing. Anyways, y'all gonna go up into the mountains then?
I think so. Is there anything?
Yes.
Let's bring some food.
Yeah, that would be very pleasant.
Alondros' mother,
Yes.
Cynthia?
Cynthia.
Yes. I'm here too. I think that's a wonderful idea to plant a tree in Nylea.
Would you mind helping me pack some food for our travels?
Yes, of course. She begins prepping. She goes into the kitchen. She makes like a pita bread almost, like an unleavened bread, something that can travel really easily. And then wraps up some cheeses as well, some fruit, and it's like some dried meat, some nice dried meat, not like the trail food that you've had before, right?
Yeah.
And then she's like, "Would you like some wine to fill your water skins?"
Yes, that would be great.
Yes. Thank you, Mother. Thank you.
Hey, yeah.
you've-
And then
You've done
Well-
so much for us.
While she was doing all that, can I go in and help her?
Yeah, I would be there alongside
Yeah,
helping. So.
of course.
I would too.
When I get a moment with her, I just want to say, Cynthia, I have a question, and I don't know if you will have an answer. If
That's
you
okay.
could have one wish for your son, Adelphos, What would it be? Every parent has hopes and dreams for their children.
I think that's hard. I think that there is what I would want, and there is what I think he would want, and there is what I wish I could change, but in the end, I wouldn't want to. I think if I had my choice, I would wish for him to grow up differently, for him to grow up as a normal boy. It was a hard life that he was raised with. And I wasn't there for all of it. And from the sound of it, neither was Proteus. That being said, I understand that his life is what shaped him to who he is now. The fine, fine man and friend and son that I know him to be, I know comes largely from his upbringing, from his experience. I think I would wish that he would stay here with me forever, but that's selfish. And so I think if I had a wish as a mother, it would be to pass the wish on to him and let him decide for himself.
So a second chance. Not to change the past, but to have some autonomy in his future.
If that's what he wants, absolutely.
You're a great woman. I'm very grateful to have met you.
Thank you for taking care of my son as long as you did. Many nights have been spent around the hearth with him and Faustus recounting the feats that you all accomplished and how close of friends you truly were. And then she kind of leans in and she's like, and perhaps when you return, we can speak a little more about this Lydia character.
Oh, definitely. Has he been talking about her a lot?
No, this is the first I've heard of it, which is why I'm so intrigued.
What?
I know.
No mentions or anything.
Right? I mean, she's not down here, so obviously she's still alive.
Oh, she is, and the group is on board.
Oh, good. I just hope that she's not too old. Perfect age, I think, for him.
I think it's a matter of perspective when it comes to her age. She's not old, but she's been I don't want to say been around because that gives the wrong innuendo.
She kind of like starts to get flustered.
I think more what I'm trying to say is Alondros.
He's stuck in a state of immortality in the mortal planes.
That's
Well, why didn't you just say it to begin with?
I don't know. I started getting nervous. You have that mother energy about you.
Makes perfect sense to her.
It just really, I feel like I need to get in touch with my mom.
Who is your mom?
I don't know.
Why have we never discussed your parents? This is definitely a talk that we should have along the way.
And she's like, yes, yes. As she kind of looks outside, she's like, the day is late. We'll take you a moment to walk. Where are you going? Somewhere here in Elysia?
On the border,
Oh,
there is a tree that Nylea said to have planted with her mother. And when she died, so did the tree. And we wish to revive it in memory of her.
Well, that's noble. Please, please, go on your way.
Thank you.
Okay. You all head out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey. Well, Connor looks up his backstory.
No.
Yep.
I know my parents' names.
What are
Now.
they then?
Delis and Alarin. My father is Delis and my mother is Alarin.
Were they good?
We're walking
Like
at
good
this point,
people
right?
or good parents or...
Just all of the above.
I feel like they did their best in trying to raise my brother and I. My brother was less trouble than I was.
You have a brother?
I do.
What is his name?
Oh, you're just as bad as Theseus, Callum.
If not worse. It's been what? 70 episodes?
Well, sorry that nobody ever asked. I'm just kidding.
It's true. No one has asked.
Yeah.
I feel like we've always just kind of assumed you're an orphan because you're so about the orphans.
Yeah.
Denless.
I mean, who's to say that he's not an orphan?
Denless is my brother's name.
Denless?
And I don't know. I actually might be an orphan. I haven't heard from my parents since I was 18. They went off on a voyage and find some mystical islands or whatever else. They were always enamored by hidden treasures and stories of adventure and voyage. And by that point, I don't know, I was grown and my brother was older than I am and he was off becoming a priest and just kind of went my
A
own.
priest?
Yeah. Yes, he's
Polar opposites, you and him.
very much so, very much so. He's a real stick in the mud.
I get the feeling.
Yeah. Yeah, he's actually a high priest of Thassa. I haven't talked to him in years.
Maybe you should.
I mean, recently you have become more religious than you've ever been in the past.
That's true. I could go in and be like, look how much power I have. Ooh, look at my hands. Let's see yours. Soft little baby hands. Velasa, why are you giving me these squinty looks?
Well,
This is my backstory. This is not one made up for Vasilis or Phidias or.
I am the backstory, Skylar.
it just sounds almost too familiar.
What do you mean?
I mean, my father went off on a journey as well.
No. You don't.
Gross. That's not what I'm getting at.
Same guy.
Ah, okay.
You-
I'm just saying. You set the innuendo up and then you just let it simmer.
That was your own brain. I wonder if I know your brother.
I don't know.
Must have crossed his path at one point in life.
I don't know. There's plenty of fish in the sea, so.
Yes, there is plenty of fish in the sea.
So many puns tonight.
And I found my fish on land.
Adelphos, roll me a perception check or an insight check. You had pretty good insight. Roll me like a +3 or 5.
7, if you roll
Well,
bad
3 or
enough.
5.
5.
What'd you roll?
Okay,
Maybe a 7.
Okay, +5, 24.
As if it
Jeez.
mattered. That's technically a Adelphos crit, so only in combat. But
Oh man.
so as you watch and look at this exchange between Callan and Thassa, you
Thalassa.
catch
Thalassa.
Thalassa. You catch the vibes that there's a little something going on between them. Because all of you
Little something.
failed to tell Adelphos that they are together. So
We're still in the awkward, like, we're dating, right?
Still new.
we're still dating. That's a
So
thing.
I pick up on this, and I like, as we're walking, I turn to Alondros, and I'm like, is it? And I kind of like try and point. I'm like,
Yes. Do you remember the
what?
day at the races
No.
and him asking her to the dance and all of
Yeah.
that?
He didn't go to the races.
No,
Oh,
but
well.
he saw her
They were the
eyeballs
only two.
retarded.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
didn't go to the
yeah.
races. We were just
I
making out the whole
forgot that you were
time.
stung.
We did too go to the races.
I know. Plausible deniability. He's trying to cover the fact that you murdered a guard.
No, I don't remember.
Well,
Allegedly.
they have been moving rather slowly towards one another and recently have taken a few leaps.
Well, good for them. I'm
Yes.
still getting used to life down here.
Yes, well, I'm not sure that things change as much as they do in the mortal world as down here. So it is understandable.
Part of me wishes I could go back and just talk to her again.
Lydia,
Yes.
well, you may be able to.
It only happens. You can only get to the Isle of Skies if you are not looking for it, and that's the sole thing I would be looking for.
You can. If anyone will find a way, I believe you can.
I'm oblivious enough.
That's one way to think of it. But your desire, your hope, is stronger than anyone I have ever known.
Thank you. I just desire and hope to help others, but really it's whatever I desire. And I can desire and hope and put my mind to anything. It's just a matter of whether or not it works out or not.
And you just do what you can.
Yep. Indeed. So, how much further?
Right as you say that, you recognize that you are at the edge of the underworld. Nope, of the part of the underworld that you're at. And you're at the edge of Elysia. And you notice it is a little more densely petaled. There are more flower petals in this area, so you recognize it as a place you were. And you'll look up at the steep peaks in front of you, and you recognize the path that you came down from.
I would pick up a handful of petals. Okay.
Before we do this, Adelphos,
Yes.
can you walk that way and come back?
I don't know. Never tried it.
I just wonder if you can't come back here, if we can get you out in general.
I guess now is a good test. Prepare yourself for the summoning of those dreadful creatures.
I may need a weapon.
Ooh. I feel like you make a good, very convincing argument, Alondros. We know that they are tasked with keeping order of who's where, and
Do we dare try? Or shall we wait?
I think at some point we're going to be forced to try.
We just don't need to now.
We could do it at a different time when we're more prepared.
Yes.
Yes, that is the path that we took, though. We came through. What's it called again?
You came through Phileas.
Phileas, and then beyond that is. It probably doesn't matter. You'll never know what's beyond that.
While you're
That is
discussing,
just the most agonist place you'll ever visit.
Yes, Agnes. That's a good one.
Thalassa, you've been working on the map every night, correct?
On the map, yeah.
Okay. Roll me an insight check. If you're not proficient in it,
I am.
you may add. Okay, great. Then roll with advantage. Because as you have been working on this map,
Stupid.
Double
What?
twos. She rolled 2 2s.
What?
Right.
So
Darn
it's
it.
a 7.
okay. You've just been working on the map.
You never know.
Maybe the next time you work on it,
Getting
you'll be filled with some inspiration.
Darn it, something cool is gonna happen.
Something cool was gonna happen.
Well, Adelphos, we will return. Sorry you cannot come.
It's okay. I shall wait.
All right.
Shall we?
Let's
Let's do it.
Is there anything that Adelphos would do while
I think that Adelphos would sit and ponder, and he has the scroll from his father with him.
he
And I
does?
imagine he'd just take it out and not necessarily read it, but just look at it and think about the words that were said and the words that were written. And yes,
Okay.
is what I think he'll do.
All right.
Okay, me as Matt, I'm gonna go grab some stuff while you guys
That's
do
fine. Yep, that's all
Okay.
right. Okay, my other adventure. You begin making the climb again. You remember the journey in, sort of descending into a valley of beauty that is illicit. The mountains hold a serene beauty of their own, though it is not quite as peaceful as the paradise that you just barely left. And you notice as you leave, it was about almost dusk when you left. It was like late afternoon when you exited Elysia. And despite walking for a few hours, it stays that same time. It maintains that like late afternoon dusk. As you hike into the mountains. And sure enough, before long, you reach the spot where you'd come across Nylia to begin with. And you see a dead tree, devoid of leaves and life. And at its base, where her tears fell to the ground, you see small patches of withered and dead grasses and flowers.
Is it okay if I see seeds? At least 2.
Yes. What are your thoughts? Thalassa planting the one, being as she now holds the essence of Nylia.
I feel if this is the place to try something like this, this would be the proper place and time. It only seems right. But I would be getting like slightly emotional.
Okay.
And I would reach into my pocket where I have this handful of flowers, petals that I picked up, and would give Thalassa the flowers, the pomegranate seed, and I have a vial of water from Narano that I'll hand to her, and I'll say, please, don't use all of it. I would like to take some.
And I will take the contents and grievingly kneel down and brush the dirt away slowly and peacefully, and I continue to feel more and more emotional, and I place the seed in the ground with the petals on top of it. But instead of using your water, my tears from my eye water the seed.
While you are doing this, Alondros, Callan, and Vasilis, are you doing anything to assist in this ceremony, this ritual almost? And the reason I ask is because there's a possibility of this succeeding. It will be a very high DC. And so depending on your contributions will depend on the modifiers.
I would pull out my pan flute.
Okay.
And play the same song that I played for Nylia.
Okay.
Which is an old song that the satyrs would play in remembrance of her and the forests.
Yeah. Which you would know because of your family history for sure. Okay.
And I would begin to play that.
Would you like to give a bardic inspiration to Thalassa as well?
I would love to.
Okay. All right.
As he plays while they're figuring it out, I have one hand over the seed and the petals, and the other hand now touching the dead tree.
Okay.
Because the flute, the music, brings even more emotion, and it's almost me standing in her stead, emotion-wise.
Yeah.
Okay, I would like to. I know these spells are for creatures. I'm hoping you'll just give me some theater, whatever. I want to cast Beacon of Hope onto this pomegranate seed.
Okay.
Which gives like advantage on wisdom saving throws and death saves, blah blah blah. But technically creatures regain the maximum number of hit points possible from any healing. So I would like to cast this on the seed, and then I would
would it be like, if I'm understanding it correctly, would it be like almost to give the seed the best chance at survival?
So
does that make sense?
Yeah, I'm casting Beacon of Hope, and then
on the seed. Yeah,
on the seed, and then I would like to cast Life Transference.
Okay.
Which I take 4d8 necrotic damage.
Okay.
And then the creature or whatever,
we can call it the seed.
The seed regains a number of hit points equal to twice the necrotic damage you take.
Okay.
But I'm wondering if, because I do Beacon, if it can be like the maximum, which would be 64.
Wow.
And I would...
would you in turn take the maximum amount of necrotic damage?
Which would be 32.
All right.
I'm okay with that if you are.
Yes.
Okay.
And I think I would play this as you are infusing the seed, which is a life-giving seed, with even more like life power. Again, like to give it this best chance of growing. Because you get the idea that, like, I mean, these mountains have some but this is some difficult terrain. It's not necessarily fertile. And the reason why I'm saying that is because it's not going to like give you the hero's feast. It's like your intention behind this is much different, and I can tell. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Okay. All right.
No, we were doing this just for Heroes Feast.
All right. I knew it.
Never mind. Bag it up.
So I would say that for each of your friends that contribute, you'll get an additional +2. So right now you're at a +4 with Alondros and Callan helping. Callan,
Yes.
are you okay if I take a little artistic liberty?
Do it.
Would you just stand there, or would you go over and place your hand on top of Thalassa's to transfer the life into the seed?
The latter.
Okay. So as Thalassa is kneeling next to this tree, her hand on its dead and brittle bark, you almost mirror her, kneeling in front of her, placing your hand on top of her, and your left hand on the bark of the tree. All right. Vasilis, do you have anything you'd like to do to contribute?
I would really love to contribute something. The only thing that I can really think of, let me know. Also, maybe let me know if this is slightly more barbaric compared to theirs, but I still do find it applicable because Nylia is the goddess of the hunt, right?
Mm-hmm.
Would there be like small game around the area, like rabbit, squirrel? I don't know.
Hmm.
Just thought of
Goat.
shooting one with an arrow or
I could think of more like a bird than
a bird. That's fine
Groundling.
too. Just something, like something to something to signify the hunt.
Gnat?
In honor. Yes, mosquito. They're just
Larva? We'll take a larva at this point if you give it to us.
a digging for some worms.
I've hunted this mighty worm for you,
Worms.
Nylia.
Fasslis has been digging for hours trying to find a worm.
Trying to find a word.
It specifically says there are no worms in the underworld.
Like
Says it in the
thousands
book,
of years
sorry.
later, they're like reading the book and they're like, why does it specify the word?
There's significance to this.
Hold on. So, in keeping consistent with last episode, I think I did say I showed the picture and there are birds, and I was like, there's not. Did I say there were animals, or were there not animals?
I don't remember.
I can't.
I just
recall.
thought it would be.
I really can't remember either.
I mean,
Maybe
you
it
could
could just be
still-
like sacrificing your portion of the food we brought. Or
Yeah,
something.
or
Sure, yeah, that would be a sacrifice. I just thought it was very on
No,
the
it was
nose,
some.
like
It
to
was
have a
symbolic
hunt.
of the hunt. Yeah,
Yeah.
I like
Yeah.
it.
And I thought that was one of the ways that Vassals.
Yeah,
could
I'll
actually
play it like
contribute
this.
by
That's
killing something.
okay. I'm okay with that. You do see a small hare, a small rabbit.
Mhm.
Do you have javelins, right?
Yeah, I got javelins. I don't
Okay.
have a bow. I would rather a bow. I feel like that'd be a little bit better, but
It's okay. Your contribution will work provided you're able to
Hit it.
slay the rabbit. So please roll me an attack against the rabbit.
has an AC of 27.
Man, if there was ever
Due
a
to
time
it
for a
being-
squad-
What I'm gonna do is its AC is 10, but its dexterity. Rabbits are quick. Its dexterity is gonna be like a +4, and I'm gonna add that to its AC because beat its speed.
you say that
So
I
roll
add
me-
my dexterity modifier to a
You
javelin.
add your dexterity modifier and you'd add your proficiency bonus.
Well,
Got the
Are
proficiency.
are javelins versatile?
Javelins
Can you use
are-
either or?
No, they are only thrown.
They're only thrown?
They're only a ranged weapon.
Okay.
Spears are versatile.
Oh, this rabbit is
Oh my
done.
Did you just roll a
That-
20?
Did you?
Yeah,
Twenty.
Dude, I
Yeah.
freaking
Oh,
called that. I was like, if there's
perfect.
ever a time for a natural 20.
Yeah.
Nice.
Bro.
You're able to quite skillfully take your javelin, and it's a large hair. You don't like a it, right? But it's actually a perfect clean kill. You are able to pierce its heart, and it dies quickly without pain. And what do you do with this dead rabbit to pay the tribute?
I think I'd go. Vassals is gonna, take the javelin out of the rabbit or the hare, and
Mhm.
I think I'd like to go lay it next to the tree,
At the base of the tree.
the base of the
Perfect.
tree, kind
I
of
love
amongst some of the roots.
Yeah, that's great. All right.
And maybe
You did-
I think, just for funsies, little flavor's sake, I think I'd like to take some of the blood from
Mhm.
the hare and put the symbol of Nylia on the tree.
Awesome.
Mm.
Awesome. Symbol of Nylia is 4 arrows. They're crossed like this, and the points are all going up with the feathers at the bottom, which you have in your eye, in your iris, Thalassa.
Which is tearing on the seed.
So, all right, that is another +2. So as of right now, you have 6. You have your bardic, which is a D8, I believe, It's a D10 now, even better.
Oh, is it?
Yep. And what you're going to be making a religion check for.
I am?
Yep. Don't roll it yet. Tell me what your religion is.
My religion is +5. I'm proficient in it.
Great. Okay. So as of right now, you have a +11. And you have your bardic.
Okay.
The DC to beat is 30.
Holy crap.
Can I make a plead?
Okay.
Did it be 25?
So far, Callan has given up 64 hit points,
Uh-huh.
32.
along with
Right.
32, along with some roleplay stuff, and a nat 20.
On a
Okay.
hunt.
Is there any way that we could argue that those things would make it easier to perform the ritual?
Yes.
And you can say
That's fine.
yes or no.
That is no, that's acceptable. It is still going to be difficult.
Yeah.
I'm going to reduce it to a 25.
That's fair.
So, you're going to get one roll.
I feel so stressed right now.
Don't feel stressed.
I feel so chaotic.
from
right
what-
now.
From what I understand, this offering is to gain Karametra's favor so that the seed that Vasilis consumes will cure him of his curse.
Yeah.
Okay.
And heal the tree.
And heal the tree. Right,
Yeah.
right.
And in
Yeah.
turn, save the world.
Just
So
a little
don't
brownie
screw it
points
up.
too, you know.
Don't worry. Like there's regardless if you succeed, the 25 for
Is mostly for Vasilis.
is mostly for Vasilis.
Okay, okay.
The 25 is for Vasilis.
Okay, I could care less about Vasilis. I just want this tree to be okay.
He's looking
Man.
25.
The 25 is for Vasilis.
Okay.
I can't feel my
What do I
legs
roll?
anymore, Alondros.
Which
So hold
ones
on.
do we
Ah,
use?
who cares
I
about
don't
you?
know, whatever.
We're planting a tree.
Shut up.
So hold on. So right now you have a +11. So if you roll a 14 on your dice, that's
Okay.
a pass. If you roll less than that, listen. You have a D10. So if you roll essentially a 4 or less, then it's not possible. And if you roll between a 4 and a 13, there's a chance you can make it happen with your bardic. Are you saying any
Gosh.
words? Are you saying any words while you're doing that?
Do we do the bardic first?
Don't screw it up, or else it's gonna go up in difficulty.
No, it won't. It will maintain at
Jefferson's
25.
like,
And
that was
actually,
an okay speech, but I think
And
we're saying
actually-
like 27.
and actually, if you would like, you can choose to expend your bardic before your roll, and then that way we'll just have a total. And then that way we'll just have a total modifier, and we'll know exactly what you need to hit.
Okay, we'll
Which
do
I
that.
think. Okay, so roll your
Just
bardic.
kind of- oh my goodness.
Oh man.
It's a D10.
D10.
I know, I got it in my hands.
Oh no.
I've been rolling so bad all night.
Was it a 1? Okay, so it's a 1.
I just don't
Yep.
know which one to roll.
She's been rolling like crap all
I
night.
have.
Like,
Don't
it-
roll the big dice that's been rolling bad.
Do I go with this one or do I go with my OG, the one I started playing this whole campaign with?
Go with the OG.
Either way, you need a 13.
I know.
Either way, you need a 13. It's a little worse than 50-50 odds.
Okay, here we go. I got a 19!
let's go!
I got a 19! 19!
Nice.
Are
That
you?
would have even worked even with the 30.
So, yeah, it would have.
Clutch.
That would have worked.
So, okay. Thalassa,
Mhm.
this music is playing. Callan you can feel Callan supporting this ritual. His hand is on yours. The tree has been marked with the symbol of Nylea. As a fresh hunt, a honorable kill lies at the roots of the tree with the blood of the hare as a sacrifice slowly seeping into the ground in which you have placed your offering. What does Thalassa say in this moment? And you can speak it aloud or it can be in your mind.
I think Thalassa would just be praying with all of her might that...
So what's her prayer? Say it as if you were saying that prayer.
Thassa and Nylea, please join together. Create this new life. Be the change in the world that we need. And that's basically it, just over and over and over.
Okay. You open your eyes, and the person you see kneeling in front of you, their hand on yours, their hand on the tree, is not Cal. You see a woman with long dark hair, a wide-brimmed hat, wearing a beautiful dress that appears to have vines sort of interbraided in her hair. You see there's tears in her eyes as she looks directly at you. And as you look around, you are not atop the mountain any longer, but instead in a grove of trees that is unfamiliar to you, but it feels safe. Feels like home. And Karametra says to you, thank you for replanting a seed. You see the fruit from which your blessed boons came from was a fruit born of that very tree. I can tell. Regardless of what may happen in the future, for I cannot. That you and your companion will do all you can to help preserve our memory. I hope that my small gift in return can aid you with that. And you see she takes a deep breath and she's staring intently in the eye that bears the symbol. Thank you. And almost like a dream fading, you can sort of hear the echo saying, thank you, thank you, thank you, begin to fade away. And as you open your eyes, you now see Callan and your friends around you. Glowing ruby red, almost mixed with bright yellow light, begins emanating from the seed. And you see a similar light glows beneath your hands on the tree and in the on the bark. And you see, as you sort of step back, a small sprout grow in real time, and it is not but a few inches high. And you can tell that when it grows, it will eventually grow so that it'll intertwined with, and you know for sure, assuredly, that this sprout will be fine. You understand that, given the time in the under seasons, the appropriate temperature for, and that eventually there'll be another planted in the in the name of Nylia.
I would
And
just
as you
look up to the branches and say thank you back.
And as you do so, Vasilis, the pomegranate seed that you've taken, begins to identical bright, like ruby red and pure yellow.
Am I wrong to be on the train of thought that I should eat the seed?
You're,
Oh,
Do it.
you're
That
supposed to
makes
eat it, yeah.
okay,
Yeah,
I thought
you-
so. I was like,
so yeah, Alondros explained that to get the effects, you'd have to eat. You'd consume the seed.
gotcha. Just wanted to make sure. Yeah, I would take the seed and eat it.
Okay. And as you do so, you feel a power inside yourself, inside your chest. This extreme vitalizing. And it takes a moment. It almost feels like you can't control it, but you look to this sprout, this sapling in the ground, which has taken, and you feel the power of this growth. And you all see as he eats it, he begins to emit sort of this bright ruby and yellow light, so brightly that you almost can't even see him, until eventually the brightness fades, and as you blink through, Vasilis, you are cured of your curse of the River Tardix.
Heck yeah.
Your legs are whole.
It was just a curse? Can we...
You could not
Just
have.
kidding.
You could not have
I
removed
know, I'm
curse.
just kidding.
Okay.
All of this for like a first
Hear
level
me
spell
out.
slot?
We re-record.
We could have done that with a cantrip.
And if you do not have inspiration already, everyone mark yourself down for an inspiration. Excluding you, Adelphos.
We only get one inspiration.
Aw, man.
We only hold one.
You can only hold one inspiration. I know I have played it in the past that you can have more. I'm amending that. You don't lose any if you, but you have more right now.
Okay. So
So
I'm
Can I
there's
gonna
get?
one.
Can I? I deserve an inspiration for being there in spirit. Is what I need.
Don't worry, Matt. Your time will come. Adelphos.
Boo.
I don't know. You've caused us more grief than you've. I mean,
Let's not taint the beautiful moment. All right.
Guys, how perfect is it that we have trees behind us?
Oh, so
Oh, I
literal
forgot-
chills, by the way, that entire time.
Yeah, that was awesome.
What an awesome like ritual. That was so fun.
As nice. I was hoping you would pull that up. As I look up at Thalassa, I'm gonna say, I am so proud of you. And then I'll just kind of squeeze your hands.
I'm just silent, still taking in everything. Kind of squeezing back, though, at the same time.
Well, that is a relief from a certain stress. That's one less problem. We're definitely gonna need you, Vasilis, more than we ever have.
Thank you. I appreciate it. It means a lot. I feel much better already. Matter of fact, that felt invigorating.
Good.
And do you all, I assume, sit and eat the meal that Cynthia prepared for you?
There's
Sort of atop.
no better place.
Mm-hmm. And this is what the tree will look like when it grows. So imagine this tree here that had died, but there's a sprout. There's essentially exactly where Nylia is standing in this photo, or in this painting, is where the sapling is. And so it will like grow and incorporate the other dead tree actually.
Give it some like new life.
Yeah,
I love that.
and become even stronger. And so you all begin to sit and feast. And as you do so, we will come back to Adelphos.
Yeah, beat that scene, Matt.
I'll try my best.
Baby, that's a roleplay masterpiece, son.
Adelphos. You watch your friends begin to make their ascent into the mountains, and before long, their silhouettes disappear over the first ridge. By this point, the sun is setting, and you soon find yourself sitting in the field, sort of staring at this mountain range in front of you, waiting for you to come back. You said you sit and you contemplate the letter. You do anything else as you do so?
Does it gets dark around here, correct?
Yeah, it does. It becomes nighttime. Like the sun goes down and Nyx comes out.
I would just assume that I would start a fire, just not even necessarily out of need, but more as like a comfort
Okay.
or something that I can do in the meantime while I'm waiting for them.
Sure. Yeah. You gather deadfall from some nearby trees and you create a small fire. And sort of wait, again staring into these mountains.
Mhm.
And as you do so, you hear a voice come from behind you. And hold on.
Holden.
Who's it gonna be?
And you hear a voice, and it says, well, how cute. The lost lamb waits for his fellow sheep to return. And you turn around and you see Erebus.
Oh boy.
That's the god of the underworld,
Is
right?
the god of the underworld, yes. My. Champion of Irois.
What business do you have here, Erebus?
What business?
I'm already dead. What more do you want?
Oh, right to the point. You soldiers are always so straightforward. That's fine. Only do you recall the last mortal to escape the underworld?
Can't say that I have.
That's because it has never happened. Call me,
Well,
call me prideful, but I'd like to keep that track record. You see, it's embarrassing enough that Phaenax escapes, becomes a god, and you hear a level of disgust in his comment. And worse yet, that other souls are brave enough to try and make it to the mortal world, as if they have any life to live. You've seen what the returned are like. Nearly mindless, shadows of their former selves. Be a pity to waste such good heroes on a return visit to the mortal world.
it's more than that, Erebus. It's a belief. It's a willingness to be a greater good in this evil world. Then again,
Good.
I don't know if you would know. I don't know if you've ever been mortal. Or if you've just forgotten what it's like.
You see, when you say that, he narrows his eye. And a look of almost like fierce anger, but not anger like he's mad, but like almost anger like he has been found out or discovered. Flashes across his face. And he regains his composure. And he says, "You mortals are always so noble. But truthfully, your hearts are fickle. All of you worship gods to receive power or to push their own agendas. And still you let yourself be pawns in their little game. I'm not an unreasonable deity. I'm not normally one to deal. But let's just say I have a way that could guarantee you see your... Oh. What is her name again? That little girl I can't seem to take her soul through death. Oh yes, Lydia.
You shall not speak of her.
Ooh. There he is. Adelphos the Great. It seems it won't be long before you and your friends, should you survive the mire, end up in my I have a little
Well.
surprise waiting for you all there. If you ensure the surprise goes off without a hitch, I can guarantee your immortal soul will spend its entire life with Lydia. And don't worry, this isn't a trick. It won't be with her in an Agonis or with her navigating the lost channel ways of Narano. You and she will be in paradise of your choosing, whether it be on the Isle of Skies or here in Elysia. I mean, wouldn't you want to bring the girl?
I kind of look at him in his eyes and say, "You think I'm stupid enough to rid myself of my friends, to rid myself of the best among me?"
No. No, it's quite the opposite. I think that you are wise enough to take my word. Because if you will not take my word, you shall have my wrath.
I think I'm just wise enough to not listen to someone who hasn't felt what it's like to be alive in eons. You know nothing.
Either way, you'll have some time to think about it. I won't put you at your answer now. Perhaps what you may see on the way to my home change your mind. And besides, you may die before you get there.
Die twice, I should say. You should say.
Oh no. Don't you know what happens to a soul that gets caught outside of their assigned prison? They disappear. They fade into permanent darkness, a mix of the billions of voices who eventually fade out of memory. You will no longer even know yourself or what self is. So I guess part of it is a blessing, a grace, if you will. Though it is fun to watch you go.
Why rid people of what little memories they already have down here?
Is not one easier to manage than 1 million? I may be powerful, but as it seems you already know, I'm all powerful. Think wisely. As you see, he disappears in a puff of smoke. And as he does, you see what's left behind is a single black rose. And that is where we'll end our session.
Wow.
Oh, crap.
Gosh.
The Curse of the Black Rose is back. Hey, that's a good episode name. Curse of the Black Rose.
Curse of the Black Rose.
Curse of the Black Rose.
No, this one's too happy to call it Curse of the Black Rose.
True, true. I could just see the Pirates of the Caribbean.
I know,
shit,
Curse
bro.
of the Black Rose.
Curse of the Black Rose.
Black
You could call it Rebirth, then it would be very like Did they get out?
Wow. Great episode.
Well,
Yeah, such a good
Mhm.
episode.
it was very fun. That was awesome. You guys nailed it. Thanks
Honestly,
so
one
much.
of my favorite episodes of season 2.
Really?
So good. I
Yeah, that
loved
was
it.
good.
We'll talk
Very-
more about it after. Thanks so much for joining us, everybody. If you like this, if this is your favorite episode of season 2, comment down below. And subscribe if you already haven't. And even if this isn't your favorite episode, comment down below which one was so far. And don't worry, there are some more great episodes to come. Never forget that we love you, and we'll catch you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. We love you.
Bye.
Bye.
Love you.